Plaintiff Dawn Markova says she's known the defendant for 4 years because he's best friends with her ex-boyfriend. Dawn claims the defendant is like a big kid who's known to act obnoxious, and she's suing him today because while they were on a whitewater rafting trip, the defendant broke her hand when he tried to hit her paddle with his. Defendant Michael Hansen believes Dawn is just upset that his friend left her, and she's blaming Michael for the breakup. Michael insists that he did not maliciously injure Dawn and claims she initiated the incident when she started splashing him.
Start with you.
I've known Mike about 4 years now. He's the best friend of my ex-boyfriend, co-owns a plane with the ex-boyfriend. Mike's always been a bit of a big kid, up to a lot of antics, not a lot of responsibilities, lives in his shop, doesn't maintain an apartment or a home like most people.
Lives in a repair shop?
He's a welder. He has a welding shop.
Okay.
As far as I know, never been married. I've only known him to have one girlfriend, and she stuck around till I guess she got a car from him, and then she went back to her boyfriend in the Philippines.
How do you assume all this, ma'am?
Oh, Mike told me directly.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Mike tends to act a little childishly and irresponsibly, and can be a bit obnoxious at times.
Let me hear from you, sir.
I believe that whole introduction was just another way she can defame me. I believe that this woman, her ex-boyfriend broke up with her, and I think that she probably holds a little malice towards me in that respect. She actually thinks that maybe I said something to him to cause him to want to break up with her. Carl actually would be here right now with me, but he's in Colombia proposing to his new wife that he's going to be marrying, and so
y'all play vicious. Y'all play. Y'all are vicious.
But anyway, let me.
You say your girlfriend ran off to the Philippines with a man. You say hers is right now.
Yeah, right now, and it's a big, beautiful gold ring he's given her too. Probably the one she thinks she should have got.
Ooh.
But that's neither here nor there. This incident happened as a result of horseplay.
Let me hear from her. She's the one making the assertion about what happened, and then you can respond.
Thank you.
The night before, we'd had an incident in the general store, Mike and I. I was looking at sunglasses, and I'd put them on, and I moved the rounder display so that I could see in the mirror, and Mike immediately came over and moved it, so I couldn't see. So I moved it back again. So I moved it. He moved it again. I moved it a third time, and then the power struggle started, and I finally turned around and said, "Hey, Mike, I'm looking at the sunglasses. Could you leave it alone?"
Why do you think he was doing that?
Because this was Mike's general nature. He was always doing this kind of horseplay and such. Right. And then we get onto the raft the next morning, and they give us this lecture about safety and proper use of the paddles and keeping your hands on the proper positions, and horseplay with the paddles can result in injury, etc. And I have a picture here, the distance between Mike and myself.
What do you
I was the
allege
front
he
of the
did?
boat.
What do you allege he did to cause him to owe medical bills?
I splashed in the water after he splashed me 3 times, and then he grabbed his paddle and in an upward swing came down 3 times. The ex-boyfriend, everybody else,
intentionally harm you?
In there with the intention of hitting the paddle to block me from splashing. This is no longer a water fight. He's no longer aiming at water. He's now aiming at my paddle and me.
To stop you from splashing?
To stop me from splashing, which he started the splashing.
And so you all were engaged in horseplay, and the horseplay led to an injury.
I tried to avoid all of that. I looked over at the boyfriend to get him to stop it, and I splashed back, yes. But my paddle never left the water. My paddle was always in contact with water.
Whatever the case, ma'am, you were engaging with him in this back and forth. He didn't want to be splashed.
Neither did I.
So he was trying to stop the horseplay at that point?
No, I think he was trying to escalate the horseplay at that point.
Into no longer splashing, but
a paddle fight.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Sir?
Well, I dispute everything she says. Number one, I didn't splash her first. This has
become pretty ridiculous. About who splashed who. Why was she harmed, if at all?
She would like you to believe that I just took a paddle and whacked her on the wrist, when that's far from the truth. In actuality, what happened was she was trying to splash me with this paddle and swing it, and I put my paddle up to block her strokes. She's swung her paddle into my paddle, being up and blocked, and hit the end of my paddle with her wrist. This is a statement
causing injury to...
This is a statement from her ex-boyfriend, as he was sitting right next to her. He's eyewitness to what happened.
I've got a card from him that he gave me the next day saying he's sorry. He paid $600 of the medical bills.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Let's see it. Sir?
He paid $600
Sir?
of the medical bills
Sir.
up through the first surgery and then decided to stop paying on the medical bills.
Okay.
And I have a copy of the check that he gave me towards those medical bills.
Sir, what do you say about this?
I did, in fact, give her the card.
And paid her and paid a portion
yeah,
of the
but
bill.
that isn't the reason I paid it.
Why?
She was harping at her boyfriend. He brought it up to me, and in the interest of smoothing...
What up to you?
That she was complaining about the bills to him. She is under the impression that I hurt her, and I hurt her maliciously. That is not what happened. And she...
Negligently. I don't know if she meant malicious or do
Negligence.
you... Negligently.
Yeah.
You did something you weren't supposed to do. You stepped beyond the duty of responsibility that you had.
Sir, could I draw your attention to the statement that I handed you?
Read what you want me to know that would cause you to look less negligent than you do.
Several weeks after the rafting trip, Dawn pressured me to request financial compensation from Mike. As she said, she believed that her injury was entirely his fault. I did not believe that he held financial responsibility for her injury, as she was engaged in a dangerous activity at the time. At her request, I advised Mike of her desire to be compensated, along with the belief that he shouldn't be held responsible. Mike insisted on paying $600 towards her medical bills in the interest of maintaining a friendship with Dawn and to help me and maintain a good relationship with her. He gave me a check at that time.
And I do have a
Let me
copy.
ask you a couple of questions,
Sure.
ma'am. What was the damage?
The hand was broken, and I have all the doctor's reports on that.
Let's see it. What day did it occur?
The injury occurred on
The
the
boat
21st
incident.
of July 21st of 07.
And your first surgery was when?
Was in May of 08. Because
Almost a year later?
they thought all the damage was just the break.
Ma'am, you've given me 3 piles of bills, and they range from 207 to 209.
Correct, and that's in the doctor's
You're going to have
reports.
to break these down.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Could I address...
Break it down for me, ma'am. You're not going to hand me 50 pages.
No,
No, ma'am,
the
that's not how
doctor's
this is
report
going to
shows
go. Here, take your 75 pages back and break it down
Okay.
and prove it to me little by
Certainly.
little. Go ahead.
Excuse me, Your Honor. This is a statement from one of her boyfriends.
Saying what?
Basically, it says that she was rollerblading down the bike path with her arm in a cast when she crashed. And she subsequently
What's the
had
date on
to...
that?
This is dated
Hold
January
on,
of
ma'am. Did it
2009.
happen? Hold on. Did it happen?
Yeah, I was rollerblading with doctor's
When?
approval.
When?
January of 09.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, when you rollerblade,
Ma'am, your
it's just-
credibility is being hurt over and over. Can you prove that the surgery that occurred is a result of what he did and that he was negligent? Because as you admit, you all were splashing each other. Remember that part?
No,
He
the
is giving you
doctor's-
$600. I'm going to conclude that that is sufficient. I'm going to conclude it was mutual negligence. You horseplaying with him. And whatever happened as a result of the negligent horseplay you all were both engaged in is both of you all's fault. I'm going to conclude that that $600 was sufficient. Have a good day. You're all paid up. That's my judgment. Case dismissed.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name is Freddie, and I have a question. How do you define constructive eviction?
Generally, Freddie, a constructive eviction is when a tenant feels forced to move out because their health, safety, or welfare in the premises is threatened, or circumstances exist in the property that are so unbearable that no reasonable person would be expected to endure it.